Hello everyone. So in this session, we would be seeing about constructors in Java. So what are constructors in Java? So let's understand first in simple language. Okay, if you are a beginner, you will be able to understand this. So don't worry, I'll not make it more complex. I'll keep it very simple for you guys. So what is a constructor? A constructor is a special method, right? It's a special method in Java which is used for two purposes. It is used to create and initialize the objects in Java. Okay, what is the purpose of constructor? It is used to create and initialize the objects in Java. Whenever you create an object, okay, so using new, Java automatically calls the constructor. So you remember the line we always use new keyword to create an object. So at that time, Java is automatically calling the constructor. Now let's understand few of the key points about the constructor. So constructor is a special method. It is having the same name as that of a class name. Same name as that of a class name. Okay. So don't get confused when you see two things of the same name. One is class, one is constructor. Both are different. So we saw name is same as that of a class name and return type. So there is no return type associated with the constructor. You don't have any return type with it. Okay. What is the purpose? So purpose also, it is used to initialize the objects. Okay. And it is called automatically. So whenever you create an object, it will be called automatically using new. Okay, so now let's understand the different types of constructors. Which are the different types of constructors? So you have, first of all, you have default constructor. No parameters are there. Then you have a parameterized constructor. Then you have constructor overloading. Okay. So parameterized constructors are those constructors in which the parameters are there. Okay. Parameters are present in the parameterized constructor. In a constructor overloading, multiple constructors in the same class are there. Okay. Multiple constructors in the same class with different parameters. So we'll see all of these types one by one. So these are your multiple constructors with different parameters. So that is your constructor overloading. Now let's see a simple constructor example. Let me open IntelliJ. So we'll create a new class here. Let's say our class name is car1 underscore constructor like that. Okay, this is a simple class name I have keeping. And now we will create the constructor here. So what will be the constructor? You can see car1 underscore constructor that would be of the same name as that of your class name. And we'll have open braces here. This is your default constructor. Okay. System dot out dot println, and we'll say car is create. So this is your default constructor. And now we'll have the main method. Within the main method, we are writing like this: car1 underscore constructor. This is your class name. And let's say object name is obj. So object name is a free text. You can write any text there. Is equal to new of car1 underscore constructor. Okay. So this line is calling the constructor here. So that you need to understand. This line is calling the constructor. Whenever you use a new keyword, will call. So now let me run this code so that you get an idea. See, car is created. So you wrote car1 underscore constructor object obj equal to new of car1 underscore constructor. So this is your constructor using, and now you're creating an object. So now it is calling the constructor, which is this, and it is printing this particular line itself. So this is your default constructor with no parameters. Okay, there are no parameters here. Now I will add the parameters in the same program. Okay, so before we move to the next program, it is very important that you practice these kind of programs by yourself in the IntelliJ, in your IDE, run these programs, solve those errors. If you're not able to do, you can refer the programs, that's for sure. But you try by yourself. Just watching the videos, just watching the content will not help you. It's not going to assist you. So you have to practice writing the programs by yourself as well. So now we will create a parameterized constructor. So let's create one of the parameters, string brand. Okay, so we'll take string as a data type and brand is my variable, and we'll take this variable. We'll take one parameter here, string of, within this bracket, string of car brand. So this is your parameter. Now see, what I'm doing is I'm assigning a value, brand equal to car brand here. Okay, I'm assigning the value to my variable brand, same as that of a car brand. Okay, and now I'll create a different method, void display, to print the things. And will print this brand variable. Now in my main method, see, it is showing you an error. What error it is showing? It is showing you expected one argument but found zero. So it was expecting you to give some argument here, but it did not get the argument. So that is why it is telling you this error. Earlier, when you did not give the argument, that was fine. That was your default constructor that was not having any parameter. But this is your parameterized constructor. So see, this is one of your parameter. So you have to keep the value here. So you will have to keep the value. So let's say you have uh, Tesla here. Okay. Car1 underscore constructor object equal to new. And then this object we will use to print the things as well. So object dot, I would say, display. Okay. Now let me run this code. Okay. The output is Tesla. So that's how you would be using your parameterized constructor. Okay, so as a part of assignment, you have to work on one particular program. So you have to create a class book with a parameterized constructor that sets the title and the author. Okay, and you have to display the details. Okay, so you have to work on this particular code right now itself, because you have just learned this constructor concepts. It is fresh in your mind, so you should be able to write this program right now itself. So what you have to do, you have to create a class book with a parameterized constructor that has the title and the author, and then you have to display the details. So that's very important. You have to create this particular program right now. You can take 5 minutes and start working on this, and after 5 minutes, I'll show you the solution for this particular code as well. Fine. Okay. So now we will write this code. If you are done with the code, it's a good thing. If not, then you can refer this program and you can understand what went wrong, what could have been corrected, and then will you again try to write the program. So we have to create a class book. Okay. So now why it is showing an error? Because the file name is a different. So we'll rename the file. Okay. The class name and the file name should be the same. That is why. So we'll create a class book now. And what we will do is, okay. And here we'll have two things, string title and string author, both with the data type as string. And now we will take this book as a constructor, and you have got both these parameters, string t and string a. Now I would say title is equal to t. Okay, title is one of my variable. I'll assign it as t. And then I'll say author is equal to a. Okay, string t, string a. So this is your constructor. Now we will create one void show method. Okay, in which we will print system dot out dot println, and I would say my title is there, plus you have title here, yes, you have this thing. So we'll print both the things, title as well as author. So first let's print title. So how do you print title? So you'll have double inverted comma, title and colon, and then you will keep space. Then plus you have this as a title. So now we will have again plus and double inverted comma, and we'll say author here. Okay. And we'll print this author. Okay. So you have two things now, system.out.println, and this is your author. So let's apply a semicolon here, and void show is being done now. Space. And now we'll have the main method. Within the main method, we'll have this book object equal to new of book. Okay, so B is your object name here, and we'll pass on the book name. So let's say it is Java Basics. Okay, and the author name, add RD automation. No. Okay, so this looks perfectly fine. Now we'll say B dot of show. Okay. Uh, okay, looks like I have added one bracket here. So, okay, this is your class. Ready? Okay, and we'll run this. See, that's how you will write this. So this was a session on constructors. And now in the next session, we will be seeing how to have constructor overloading, how to use multiple constructors in the Java, right? So thank you so much for watching this session. Yeah, stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.